it more like addiction to most of them, but Reg was more like psychopathic killer because he just seemed that he just had to go kill somebody every day. Rockin' Red would get, like I said, he'd get a little drink in him and so forth, and then he wanted to go on a killing binge. Hey, Boom, come on, baby, let's go ride, man, let's go ride to the west side, man. We can always find somebody over there by Amherst and so forth, Linwood, Amherst, and all them. So we ride over there, and next thing we know, we in shootouts. We're like, God damn, man, is there anybody over here you don't want to shoot? Cause we ride down the street, we throw the car in park, jump out and start blasting. I'm like, man, who the hell did we just shoot? Man, I don't know, some motherfucker that'll probably hold us or hate us. Then later on, I found out there was a drug dealer that they were trying to move in on. But they don't want to pay me the full price, so they get me to go do it with them. Then they get me, you know, throw me some 5 or 6 ounces here and there. Okay, I can rock that up and sell it and get almost like 4 times the value from it. And that's basically where I was getting most of my money then from, because the hits was dying down. We damn near killed every goddamn body there was to be killed. Those that we didn't kill ran and left the state. Those that didn't left the state went to prison. Curry brothers, Chamber brothers, I mean, Big James and them was already dead.
Was Chambers brothers on the hit list if they hadn't gone to prison?
Yeah. They would have been hit that week. They was already spotting the girls and so forth going down the alleys making their deliveries. They knew where their spots was and so forth. Their next move was to wait till they came out to the island or just went by their spot and just blast them. That was Boo, our whole idea about that.
How did you find out that they were the ones that had something to do with your brother?
Bruiser told me from the jump street that Boo and them had somebody do Andre, because Andre got some drugs from him and Andre didn't want to pay him. So they had to sneak around everybody back and get somebody that didn't know us and didn't know them, offer them some money to shoot him, make it look like an accident. They did. The guy stated that, hey, he didn't know anything about Andre. He was just told, you know, to do it, to make it look like an accident. He said he was basically scared to even pull the trigger, but money was money. Bruiser told me exactly what went down and how. He said, man, Andre went to Boo and got some dope. He was over on 12th and Calvin, selling out that apartment there. Boo brought the dope by. I was in the apartment when he came up, but he stepped to the back of the room because he had his car 2 park blocks over, and he gave Andre the dope. He had told Andre, man, that's a bad idea, man, to keep getting from Boo. He said, man, Boo and my brother Boone is down together, so this is great, you know, I don't have to pay him back. And that's what got him in trouble, thinking that he didn't have to pay Boo back.
So at this time, by now, so you want to get your revenge, but Reg at this time has now gotten life.
Right. Reg was already in the joint. I was in the joint, but I was getting ready to come home soon. I was serving my time, but when I went to the funeral, that's when I found out what really went down. So I said, okay. I'm telling my friends in the joint, man, I got to get this nigga. I got to get him. They said, but what about his brother? Should we do something to him? I said, no. I like Rockin' Reg. But Boo was the one that pulled the whole operation off with my brother. Now, I know Rockin' Reg going to get mad later, but I'm going to try to make it look like that somebody else just shot him. They were like, no, man, why don't you set his ass up like he do people, send him to prison so we could do him. I was like, wait a minute, John. I mean, wait a minute. If he come through here, y'all gonna do this? He said, man, we gonna butcher his ass. Good. You know, we ain't getting out, dude. So after I got out, they called me about 3 days after I got out. They called the number, I gave them the call. They said, man, go ahead and send that nigga through here, man. We getting everything set up. And if his brother got something to say, we'll butcher his bitch ass too. I said, okay. But Boo wouldn't let me get near him. After they killed Mark Patrick, the funeral, Boo started opening up a little bit, but he was still paranoid of me. I could see this. I ain't quite sure if he knew that I knew that he was behind my brother's death or not. But I could see that he was paranoid of me. And I was like, okay, now I served my time. And you know why I served it, Boo. You left that shit in my car. Yeah, babe, boy, man, I didn't mean to. It was an accident, brother. I done sent you money while you was in prison, dude. Damn, man, I want to pay for this the rest of my life. I said, oh, no, don't worry about it. So he said, man, what it is, man, we got some new hitters on play now. I want you to meet them. I said, for what? You know me, I'm always a loner. He said, I know, man, but these guys, I want you to show them, train them how to do things and how to do it right. I said, ain't no problem. Now, of course, I hung out with Boo for about 2 days at that point. And I know that he just made his pickup. So I said, okay, I'm gonna wait till he make his next pickup. And I'm gonna put a hole in this fool head and just say, fuck my friends in the joint. I'm sorry, but this is money that this fool picking up. Plus, I want him to do it myself because he did my brother. Well, he didn't pull the trigger himself, but still, I wanted to do this fool. A couple weeks later, I met the other guys working for Boo, Chuck. Name is Charles Will. I don't know why they called him what they called him on that program, but that ain't his name. His name is Chuck. Named Charlie Wilkins. I thought he was cool, because he even told me that Stacy was trying to shoot me in the back of the head one day, that they told him to shoot me in the back of the head. But Chuck said that he stopped the guy from doing it. I don't know if it's true enough, but that's what Chuck told me.
Didn't Chuck make him take you to the hospital?
No.
After they shot you up?
No.
So what happened with the cab driver?
That's when we went to do the hit on the guy that's supposed to have been testifying against Rock and Reg. This is what they tell me. Kill him off, we can get Reg out damn near. Made no sense. He said, man, just go do the hit, man. We gonna give you the money. I said, ain't no problem with that, dude. So Little Reg went and got the weapons for us. After we got the weapons from Little Reggie, we went back to my place. And at that point, I decided to set their ass up with the DEA and have them take them down and put them all in prison and let my friends get to them. So Lil Reg came with the weapons, we checked them out and so forth, and when time to come to go to do the hit, we drove over there. Chuck said, this, man, I got this girl, she gonna let us know when the guy get ready to leave. He don't have his gun no more because he sold his gun to one of Chuck's friends. Chuck got the 357 to him, I got his gun. Now, he might got one with him now, but we don't think so. That's why he over here at this house trying to, trying to get one. So I wind up stand on the fire hydrant. Chuck and them is in the car. Which car is on the other corner? The cab driver pulled up. The signal was for me.
At?
It's on the east side.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I can't recall it. It's all in the court papers. I mean, all the papers on over there. Exactly what street and everything. I said it's been so long, most of the streets and names I have forgot because I've tried to change the way I was thinking and so forth. But the idea was I supposed to light a cigarette, light a match or a light to let them know that it is him coming out the door. At that point in time, I really don't want to do this here. But Boo and them and Lucky and them said, man, since you've been home, man, you ain't did no hits. It look like you done changed or something. I said, what you talking about? He said, remember when me and you went to do the hit over there and shit, and we pulled up and got ready to get out, but you couldn't get out the car? I said, hell, you see how big I am? You put me in a goddamn Camaro. Can't get my big ass out of the Camaro as quick as you can. Since you only weigh about $150, and here I am weighing almost 300 pounds, Built muscle, but I'm still heavy than hell trying to get it squeezed out of a little car. So he goes to tell Boo. Boo comes back over to my place, but he come with Chuck and all them. I figured that they finna do a hit on me then. Cause why would you bring all these people to my house? You ain't never brought nobody to my house. Everything has always just be done me and you. But of course, if they wouldn't have killed my little brother, none of this would have happened. We'd all still been out there doing our thing. But that brought down best friends. You can't be best friends if you're doing your own friends. And that's what Boo was doing. Boo was knocking off his own people. Every time I turned around, Boo was knocking off someone or
Boo's
having...
own people killed him.
Right, because they felt that, hey, Boo having us knock off everybody in the group. Damn near. Even though he coming up with excuse, well, he did this or he know that or this and that. So they finally peeped the move, man, Boo gonna have us done sooner or later. Now these are Boo close ones that near him, that's doing these hits for him that he been running with. Chuck, Stacy, Lil Reg, KO, they all got scared like, man. So they got together and Stacy said, well, we need to do Boo. Chuck and all them bagged it up with Lil Reg and them. Somebody peeped the move about the hand grenade I had. So that's when they talking about, hey man, what this grenade for? I said, in case I decided that I want to go to hell. I'm taking a lot of motherfuckers with me. That's when Boo'd up, no baby boy, you know, we come over here and see you want to do this hit, man, you know, blah, 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 this and that. And like, what you bring all these people over here for? Because we want to set up things here. I knew something was wrong.
So what ended up happening in they shot you?
They shot, after they killed the guy in the cab, then they turn around and shoot me and say it's all accidents.
And that's when, and then they got took down by the DEA right after that.
Not right after, but yeah, soon after.
A couple months.
Yeah, the DA knocked them off. That's when I did my corporation with them and told them, yeah, I could give you all type of information on them, you motherfuckers.
And that was just so ultimately, I guess what
Somebody peeped the move about the hand grenade I had. So that's when they talking about, hey man, what this grenade for? I said, in case I decided that I want to go to hell. I'm taking a lot of motherfuckers with me. That's when Boo'd up, no baby boy, you know, we come over here and see you want to do this hit, man, you know, blah, 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 this and that. And like, what you bring all these people over here for? Because we want to set up things here. I knew something was wrong.
so what ended up happening in they shot you?
They shot, after they killed the guy in the cab, then they turn around and shoot me and say it's all accidents.
And that's when, and then they got took down by the DEA right after that.
Not right after, but yeah, soon after.
A couple months.
Yeah, the DA knocked them off. That's when I did my corporation with them and told them, yeah, I could give you all type of information on them, you motherfuckers.
And that was just so ultimately.